1,366. That many civilians have died in Afghanistan in the first half of this year, the first half of 2019. Why is this figure important? Because these people died when America was trying to negotiate a peace deal with the Taliban. Last week, 179 Afghan troops, and 110 Afghan civilians were killed. The peace talks were still on. Then an American soldier died and the talks collapsed. There was never any doubt that the Americans have scant regard for Afghan lives. But this was a brutal reminder. First, the rush to sign a peace deal with the Taliban and exit the Afghan war, and then this sudden snap. Over the weekend, American President Donald Trump announced the end. He said he'd called off a secret meeting between himself and the Taliban leaders. Trump said that leaders from the Taliban and the president of Afghanistan, Ashraf Ghani, were headed to America, and that the latest attack was the Taliban's ploy to bargain harder. The US president said that they were trying to build quote-unquote false leverage, and that the Taliban had admitted to a suicide car bomb attack. This attack took place on Thursday in Kabul. 12 people were killed. One of them was an American soldier. After this admission, the US cancelled the talks. Donald Trump was taking an extraordinary gamble here, meeting the Taliban face-to-face in the hope of settling the issue once and for all. No one knew about this meeting until he told the world and called it off. Later, US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo confirmed that the peace talks are indeed dead.
We're not going to withdraw our forces without making sure we achieve President Trump's twin objectives. Any reduction in our forces will be based on actual conditions, not commitments, but actual conditions on the ground.
That qualifies as another U-turn. The Afghan government has seen one too many. They've also seen the Americans ride roughshod over them and exclude them from the peace talks. For months, the elected government of Afghanistan had no role in talks that were to determine their own future. On Sunday, President Ashraf Ghani urged the Taliban to end the violence and talk directly to his government without any middlemen or peace brokers.
We strongly believe in a process that can be led and owned by the Afghan government and Afghan people, and that will lead us to a dignified peace, a sustainable peace, and a peace in which Taliban will not kill Afghans anymore. So that's what we think.
This will have ramifications on Afghanistan, for America, for peace and security in South Asia. In an election season, the move has sparked political comments in the US. The opposition says Donald Trump messed up. They held 9 rounds of talks with the Taliban, and now they have nothing to show for it.